Steve Gamache here with a Chef Knives to Go quick look product review, and this time we're looking at the Kiryu Aogami Super Sujihiki 240mm knife. This knife has a core steel of Aogami Blue Paper Super Reactive Carbon Steel. The heat treat rating is about 62 to 63 Rockwell. The construction is a softer stainless steel cladding over the top of the Aogami Super, and the cladding line is very, very difficult to see on these. It's there, but it's hard to see even with the naked eye, but it is a clad knife. So only the core steel at the edge is reactive. The weight on the knife, 190 grams, about 6.7 ounces. And the blade length is about 245 on this sample, about 9.6 inches or so. Overall length on this one is about 370 millimeters. The spine thickness over the chin or heel of the knife back here is about 2.3 millimeters, and it pretty much holds a lot of that all the way through to you hit the grind of the knife. So wouldn't really say there's much in the way of distal taper to this. And the blade tends to be kind of stiff as well, given that. The blade height is about 40.5 back here by the chin heel area. And you can really kind of see the grind of the knife right there. And I'll show the handle close up, but Mark's going to run a series of these with custom handles that Isaiah's going to make. And this particular one has stabilized maple burl with black liners, and it's got a couple mosaic pins in it as well. And we'll get a close-up look at that. But what I want to show you about this knife is it's definitely oriented towards righties. The right side of the knife, which is as you're holding the knife, this side versus this is the left side as you're holding it, using it, you can see the convex just in the reflection right there on that. So it's got a fair amount of convex to it. The left side of the knife is pretty darn flat. See how flat that is? It's even got a little concave right back there. So this is not a lefty knife. This is a righty style knife. Really good slicer. It's not a Yanagiba by any means, but it definitely has a distinct grind to it. And the actual edge bevel itself is probably about 80 right, 20 left. So that's kind of oriented towards that as well. So just information for you. Let's take a closer look at it. These have a nice finish to the blade. Kind of a machine finish, but nice finish to the blade. They've got screened on kanji. The handle, like I said, is just beautifully done. These black liners are really super classy looking, and they also not only go here with the tang, but also at the back end of the bolster as well for a really nice look. You can see the shape of the handle there. The handle is fairly slim, perfect for this style of blade, gives you a little bit of clearance for slicing duty. Let's take a look at it on our cutting board. I know that's not quite as big an issue with a Suji, but let's take a look at it. So here's the overall profile of the blade. And then on the board. So you slide in. There's not a real long flat spot here. You kind of slide in a little bit right there and then back to the heel. And then you can see the tip. Again, not quite as big a deal on this style of knife unless you use it for more everyday tasks. Balance point. Again, not usually as big a deal on a Suji, but the balance point is right about there. And if you pinch, that's just about right on the money. You can really see the convex on the right side of this blade. Again, there's the left side of the blade, pretty flat in relation to that. So there you have a really nice, beautiful Suji. Just be aware it's a right-hand bias grind style. The Kiryu Aogami Super Suji 240mm.